Good evening. My name is John Ekstrom, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of Shelter Inc. I'm here to welcome you to Thanks from Shelter. Tonight is a celebration of our 35th anniversary of serving people in our communities. Before we begin, I want to thank each and every one of you, along with thanks from our Board of Directors and all of our staff, for what all of you have done to help us be successful. You'll hear from some of our participants and staff over the next 45 minutes. And I hope that you're able to appreciate the hard work that our staff does every day. We wouldn't be here without all of your support, and we're very, very grateful for your continued support through our 35 years of operations. I hope you all enjoy tonight's event. Thank you very much. I came to Shelter Inc. a little over 5 years ago after spending 6 years in San Francisco serving the homeless. I'm glad to be back in my home neighborhood, helping those that are less fortunate than us.
The very first thing that I noticed was how driven the people here are to making things better in their communities and for the people around them. You have to have that kind of mindset when you're working to attack a problem like homelessness that is so complex, something where everybody has their own story and their own reasons for coming and asking for help. And I am so inspired by the people that I work with, what they do, and how they approach something that is not easy to deal with.
What makes us unique and provides that secret sauce is our wraparound services. So we provide not only intensive case management, but also mental health, substance use, employment services, and the ability to get all the benefits people need to become self-sufficient.
You have to understand their whole story. So it's not as simple as receiving someone and just say going into housing. So I have to understand their mental health, their past, their trauma. It's sometimes that we get as close as being their family member. We know more about them than the person that they grew up with. I was actually homeless. 2016, me and my children, it can make me really emotional, really homeless. But God worked in mysterious ways. Had to move back in with my mom. She was ill, so not only was I homeless, I had to go take care of a sick mom. And I understand what reentry people deal with when they're released. So it's not just about the grant or the money. I have a true passion to help someone actually navigate through everything and be successful because I did. And I feel like if you can show someone I did it, and I usually tell my clients my story and they go, what? And I go, yeah, I was homeless just like you. I know I've had a family member on drugs just like you. I understand.
I am officially a case manager for the HUD program, meaning that I oversee 4 programs. The Reach Plus, which is a rapid rehousing program, the Esperanza, which is domestic violence, and as well Project Thrive, which is a permanent housing, and PSP.
It's hard not to be inspired when you walk in the door and you hear the stories of people that we help. It's a case where it's not just a homelessness thing, it's about changing lives.
When I met Charles, he was a very pleasant gentleman. However, he was more like asking himself if I was going to be able to help him out. So giving him that sense of you can trust me helped a lot.
After my mom passed away in 2009, she committed suicide. It broke me at 14. I ain't want to do nothing. I stopped playing sports. But coming down here and then I see somebody that I don't even know to really show that she cares.
When he used to call me, I used to calm him down, right? He will find that peace. And I feel that in a way, I want him to continue, but on his own. And before, he didn't think that he was smart enough to go back to school. And I was able to change that mindset, to talk to him and believe that he is smart. He's a very smart guy, and that he can do it, and he is about to be done with his GED.
Gives me that same feeling my mom gave me at one point in time, that I know there's somebody out there that really care about me. Not just her, a program, just people in general that just care about me, my well-being, my family, and my here today. How does that make my family look? You get what I'm saying? So when I say not just myself, it's all of us, meaning that every move that I make is for us. Try to be the best role model to her, to steer her into the right direction. Don't do too much things in front of her because they absorb everything like a sponge. So that's my way of that. I want to enable her to not always depend on a bunch of people. We're independent, and I really thank y'all for helping me and my family and the things that y'all do every day.
It's easy to sort of compartmentalize those things and make those things, buzzwords or catchwords and stuff. But to see, the people I work with, they practice those things every day. So to me, it's just being a part of an environment where people practice what they say and where they hold integrity to what they say they're going to do. And I'm very excited, and I love being part of that environment.
I didn't just walk into the job at Shelter Inc. because the resume looked great. I walked into it because that's what I was meant to do. And my passion stands behind that. So it's more than just a job for me. It's my whole heart and my whole passion.
I would tell them they have the greatest company and people that are very nice, and they work with you if you take your time and you listen. Because I was a hot-headed person. I didn't listen. Never wanted to listen to nobody. But if you listen, they will help you as much as you're willing to absorb.
It's the weaving of all these relationships and our core services that allows us to serve the homeless and help them become self-sufficient and safely housed. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrea Foti. I'm a Senior Program Director at Shelter Inc. And one of the programs that I have the privilege to oversee is our prevention program. Our prevention program operates in Contra Costa, Solano, and Sacramento. And what we do is we provide financial assistance to families and individuals that are in need, that are already housed but are not able to pay the rent. With our financial assistance, we support the family remain housed, being together, have less disruption, and at the same time, we help them avoid the trauma of becoming homeless. Our prevention program is the longest running program at Shelter Inc. It started in 1987, and it serves an average of 800 people per year. During the pandemic, we were the first agency to respond with additional rental assistance to our low-income families and individuals. We were able to do this thanks to the philanthropic partners who provided us with additional funding when this need arose. In our first decade of operations, Shelter Inc. added the Pittsburgh Family Center to our properties. We also began our partnership with Project Heart, who still support us today. And we received our first grant from HUD, Housing and Urban Development. None of this will be possible without the support from our compassionate community. So thank you for supporting us in our mission.
I wanted to take a moment and say thank you to everyone at Shelter Inc. They came in a time in my life that I lost my boyfriend and was left alone with my kids and didn't know how I was going to be able to pay rent. And they stepped in and helped our family, and luckily I still have a roof over my head, and I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Hello, I am Contra Costa County Supervisor Karen Mitchop, representing the communities of Clayton, Concord, Pleasant Hill, and about 2/3 of Walnut Creek. I want to offer my congratulations to Shelter Inc. on your 35th anniversary. You have truly made a difference in the lives of so many individuals in our community. I actually can remember when I worked with former supervisor Sunny McPeak, and she was out selling the little house pins to help raise money for you. You have continued to find new solutions and ways to help our unsheltered population. On behalf of my colleagues on the Contra Costa Board of Supervisors, I would like to present a resolution honoring your 35th anniversary and the work you do. I won't read all the whereases, but present a few highlights. As you know, since 1986, over 225,000 children, women, and men have been helped through a 3-tier approach aimed at preventing homelessness, breaking the cycle of homelessness, and providing affordable housing. Shelter Inc.'s vision is to rebuild lives one family at a time by helping them to reestablish a home and assisting with the skills and resources needed to live the life they deserve. So, therefore resolved that the Contra Costa County Board of Supervisors recognizes Shelter Inc. for their 35 years of service to helping the homeless population in our community.
Hello, my name is Janelle Fletcher, and I am the Director of Impact and Data Analytics with Shelter Inc. Thank you, Supervisor Mitchoff and the Contra Costa Board of Supervisors. I agree that Shelter has done so much for the community in the last 35 years. It is an honor to be a part of such an incredible organization. Now, as you know, this is our 35th birthday party. And what is a party without party games? As we go through our program, pay close attention because at the end, we will be asking some trivia questions. The first person to answer in the global chat you see to the left will win a fun prize. We're going to start now, so everyone locate the chat. I'll give you a moment to get ready to enter your answer. And 3, 2, 1. In which 3 counties does Shelter Inc. provide rental assistance? Michelle Anderson. Congratulations, you just won a collection of gift cards from Pete's, Baskin Robbins, and more. And the 3 counties Shelter Inc. provides rental assistance are Contra Costa, Solano, and Sacramento counties. And now, for our first door prize winner, Chad Purbeck. You have just won a case of red wines from Pirano Estates. Congratulations, winners. The development team will be in touch with you tomorrow to claim your prizes. Now, I would like to introduce board member Chi Perlroth.
Hello, my name is Chi Perlroth, and I am an emergency physician by training. I see patients in the emergency room from all walks of life, and sometimes I see some patients over and over again because they have no other place to go. I have the ability to help people with their medical problems, but often felt helpless and even hopeless in my ability to do something for those whose problems were bigger than the medical problem they were there for. I joined the Shelter Inc. team as I learned how they were helping those in need. I truly believe it is part of the solution. We change lives, thousands of lives. Shelter Inc. is a highly effective nonprofit organization that not only provides shelters, as the name implies, but also offers temporary housing, provides assistance in keeping families permanently housed. They offer job training to clients to improve income so they can stay in their homes, provides mental health services and other wraparound services to help our neighbors and our communities ultimately become self-sufficient. My involvement with Shelter Inc. helps me feel that I am part of the solution and that I am doing something to help those I previously felt I could not help. I hope you will consider becoming part of the solution as well.
Hi, my name is Madeline Mitchell. I'm a program director here at Shelter Inc. I provide oversight and management of rapid rehousing services in Solano County. One of the things that really inspires me about the work that I do is that I truly feel that everyone deserves to have a place that they can call home. I'm so very proud and I'm so honored to be a part of an agency with the same belief systems. Here at Shelter Inc., we complete this important work by using our Housing First program model. This program model connects families and individuals to affordable housing in Solano County. We help them get into housing and increase their independence over time. One of the most unique features is through our housing navigation services. We foster relationships with landlords and we help participants find the right kind of housing at a price point they will be able to maintain in the long run. Another component to this housing model is case management services. We match participants with case management staff who then work as ambassadors in creating a case plan to address housing barriers, connect them to services, and also keep them focused on their housing goals. In other cases, sometimes our participants need to rebuild their credit. So Shelter Inc. master leases the unit and works with program participants in becoming a responsible tenant. With the master lease program, the participant can also qualify for a lease in their own name as well. Either way, we walk with people on their journey to housing security and decrease our involvement over time. This in turn rebuilds their personal accountability and gives them the tools they need in maintaining their housing. During Shelter Inc.'s second decade of operations, we added housing complexes to our portfolio in Pittsburgh and also in Concord. We created the Affordable Housing Association in Pittsburgh. We then built and opened the Lyle Morris Apartments, which, by the way, was named after one of our board members. This project started our transitional housing programs that served more than 80 households per year. Also, in conjunction with the Walnut Creek United Methodist Church, started the Extended Family Moved-In program. This program helped families reestablish new households with furnishings, goods, and other move-in assistance.
The SSBF program is supportive houses for veterans' families. We work with only veterans. We help homeless vets as well as preventing families of veterans to keep them from becoming homeless.
We help them either with deposit to move into a new place or find them a place, or help them with back rent, just to get them a little bit established.
I love the fact that our case managers are all veterans because we can connect with our vets in a way that is very personal. We are able to change lives in a way that I don't know that a lot of other social workers can do it with the veterans because they trust us.
I could have been one or two of those veterans. I could have experienced post-traumatic stress syndrome. I could have lost a job, a loved one, and just mentally broke down and lost my way. That did not happen. I was fortunate. When I see these veterans that have experienced those things that I just said, it saddens me and I want to help them.
Whatever we find barriers or things that they may have, we work on assisting them in working through those barriers. And some of them may be just getting a social security card, ID card, or finding out that they have benefits that they wasn't aware that they have. So that's our job, is to connect them with those things so they can, some didn't know they could get.
It's a veteran helping veteran kind of a thing. And so the lives that are changed are ones that have been broken, they're recovering, and they're now on the road to living a better quality of life.
I'm often reminded of a veteran who was incarcerated for about 6 years. And during the time we were servicing him, He thought about giving up. I happened to stop by to do a wellness check, and he shared his sadness and disappointment because he applied for jobs, he applied for housing, and he continued to get turned down. And he says, I'm thinking of checking out. I happened to be there when he was needed, to talk with him, to encourage him, to uplift him and inspire him to not give up. And within a few months, I received a text message, actually a phone call. And he says, Alex, I got a job. I said, oh, that's great. He says, I went and bought a bike because I can pedal up to the job. A few months later, he called me again. He actually sent me a picture and he said, Alex, I bought a car. I went up and spoke to the car dealer and we were able to work something out and I got a car. He said, and then your master lease program helped me get an apartment and I have an apartment. And he says, this all through the grace of God and to your resilience, your encouragement, the support of your program, your case managers, your program specialists, and your program manager that helped me to overcome this. So I am forever grateful. And now this veteran is working in Danville at another job, making a little bit more money, and he is doing really well.
The total number of people who have helped in 35 years exceed 263,000 people. So now, therefore, I, Tim McGowan, Mayor of the City of Concord, on behalf of the Concord City Council, hereby proclaim November 17th, the Shelter Inc. Day in the City of Concord.
Congratulations, Shelter Incorporated, on your 35-year anniversary of serving our community. And you've come so far, from humble beginnings to now helping thousands of unhoused Californians. And you've adapted your services over these years to meet each crisis as they arose, from economic downturns to this terrible pandemic. I thank you for helping our most vulnerable neighbors get a fresh start, and I am pleased to recognize and to celebrate your wonderful achievements on this 35th anniversary.
Wow. All of these stories are so inspiring and so motivational. And thank you, Mayor McGalligan and the City of Concord and Senator Glazer for recognizing our deep roots in the community. Now, how closely have you been paying attention? For trivia question number 2, the same rules apply. Find the chat and get ready to answer. 3, 2, 1. What is the longest running Shelter Inc. program? Woohoo! Sandra Velasquez, congratulations. You have just won a gift basket to Rocco's. And the longest running Shelter Inc. program is the Homeless Prevention Program since 1987. Congratulations, Sandra. And now for our second door prize, a gift certificate for $200 at Postino and Lafayette. And the winner is Larry Tesler. Congrats, Larry. And with that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Shelter Inc.'s chairperson of the board, Paul Deschamps.
Hi, I'm Paul Deschamps. I'm chair of the board for Shelter Inc., and I am honored to have this position. I'm honored because we provide a truly vital service to those in need by working to prevent and end homelessness. We do this through our amazing and hardworking staff, through our caring volunteers, and through our generous donors. In the past 2 years through the pandemic, we've been able to respond by doing things like activating Project Roomkey, providing emergency assistance, helping stabilize shelters that were struggling, and providing supportive housing. Now, all of this just doesn't happen without a lot of hard work and coordination and the ability we've had to build on our 35-year history. A history in which we provide support to keep families together, to help veterans get off the street, to give them the housing, the food, and the support they need to actually become independent or maintain their independence. With your ongoing support, we'll be able to continue to do, as John Ekstrom, our CEO, says, provide local solutions for this regional crisis. I'm so grateful to everyone on the staff, to our volunteers, and to our donors. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I'm Brandon Worth, a Senior Program Director with Shelter Inc. One of the programs I oversee is our emergency shelter system in our 3 counties, which is one of our 6 service models that Shelter Inc. focuses on. I absolutely love this service model. An emergency shelter allows us the opportunity to be with, to share, and to celebrate every step that a participant makes that is leading them towards independence. This is self-sufficiency. Shelter Inc. started this service in the early 1990s with the Mountain View Family Shelter, serving up to 36 individuals at a time. In fact, many of you have probably served at this shelter by helping with cooking a meal or working on one of the many projects that this shelter has had over the years. We have grown our shelters. In February of 2019, we launched the Shelter Solano Navigation Center located in Fairfield. It currently serves up to 95 individuals, including children, with plans to serve more. In January of 2020, we launched our North 5th Street Navigation Center in the River District of the City of Sacramento, currently serving 118 single adults, also with plans to serve more. In addition, we have the privilege to operate 3 Project Roomkeys, which are temporary shelters to help protect the most vulnerable during this pandemic. Our model is not just about shelter. We bring multiple wraparound services to work with their dedicated case manager. We know that mental health support and primary care support are essential to their personal health. In addition, we help them gain or increase their income in order to maintain their ability to stay in housing. And lastly, we help them find suitable housing that fits their individual circumstances. We're constantly improving our shelters and meeting the needs of our residents. At Shelter Solano, we're building a new dining hall and commercial kitchen that provides a large gathering space and a teaching classroom for a new culinary arts program. It will be the only program in Solano County that is dedicated to serving the homeless in this manner. Construction began in April of this year, and we'll have a grand opening celebration this coming summer. In addition to bringing our successful services to Solano and Sacramento counties, during our 3rd and 4th decade, Shelter Inc. adapted our transitional housing programs to permanent supportive housing. This is in alignment with HUD's direction, which is a federal government program. We received our first veterans program from the Veterans Administration. We also began serving those who have been released from the prison system so that their return to the communities are successful and productive. And lastly, we began our first employment services program. We've been busy these past 2 decades getting all these new services up and running.
Hello, my name is Michael, and I live here at the Shelter Inc. I've been here for about a year and 6 months, and I've grown to love this place like my family. All the staff here have become a part of my family. I love them very much, and I thank them with the world of my everything. And I have been in and out of prison and jails, and I've had a long time dealing with my addiction and coming in and out of dysfunctional situations. And a hard part of my life is just becoming, because of my bad decisions and bad choices and being distant from my family. And November or April 4th of 2020, I was released from prison. And on that day, it was raining, wet, and just miserable. I did not know where I was going. I did not know what to do. And I had a crossroads to come by, and it was raining about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Come 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, it was coming down rain, and I was walking on Bannon Street here in Sacramento, and a van drives by, and I don't know what made him stop, but he asked, "Hey, would you like to get into a shelter?" The only thing I had on me was my baggage that I was carrying from prison, and I was soaking wet. I was miserable, and I felt like I was sent a gift, and I was rescued. They brought me here to the shelter, and I've been here ever since. During that time that I was dealing with addiction and getting high on methamphetamine and just continuing to wreck my life while I was here, in and out, and just trying to survive and trying to deal with my mental illness, trying to deal with my pain of the loss of my mother and some of my family members. I was lost, and I have 97 days clean, and I have the Shelter Inc. to thank for that, because they've held on strong for me, and they've supported me, and they gave me hope, and I thank them so much. And I want to wish you a happy 35th anniversary, Shelter Inc.
Congratulations, Shelter Inc., on your 35th anniversary of serving the community. Organizations like you serve by cultivating compassion and philanthropy to improve the quality of life for those in need. You see, Shelter Inc. has provided housing services and shelter to more than 263,000 people for 35 years. Again, congratulations, guys.
Hi, I'm Councilmember Jeff Harris, representing District 3 here in Sacramento. I wanted to acknowledge Shelter Inc. on their anniversary. I recently visited them at the North 5th Street Shelter. I found their staff to be courteous and knowledgeable, very helpful, and running a very fine program for us. Welcome aboard, Shelter Inc., and happy anniversary.
Thank you, Sacramento Councilmember Harris. We are delighted to bring Shelter Inc.'s effective solutions to Sacramento, and we can see the impact. Okay, who is ready for our final trivia question? Get ready to chat your answer. 3, 2, 1. How many people can Shelter Inc. serve at the North 5th Street Navigation Center in Sacramento? Oh, Shane Kaleo, yes, congratulations. 118 individuals can be served at the North 5th Street Navigation Center in Sacramento. For your attentiveness, you have won coffee and ice cream to give you a buzz through caffeine or sugar. Congratulations, Shane. And now for our final door prize, a $250 gift certificate to Vadavi. And the winner is Lene Magnuson. Congrats, Lene. Now, it gives me great pleasure to give you a glimpse into Shelter Inc.'s future. Here is my colleague, Barbara Simpson.
My name is Barbara Simpson, and I'm the Deputy Director of Mental Health Services for Shelter Inc. I began working with Shelter Inc. a little over 3 years ago when my family transitioned to California from Texas. where I had been serving the homeless and at-risk population for over 7 years. The future of Shelter Inc. looks bright as we continue to evolve and grow to meet the needs of our participants. 3 months ago, we expanded our employment services program to include a monthly workshop called Pathways. Pathways consists of everything from workplace etiquette to budgeting and banking. This foundational program and others like it focus on increasing income in order to assist the participants in graduating from our temporary housing services to permanent housing. We began the program in Solano County and obtained a 100% success rate of employment. And now I'm excited to say that we are bringing our Pathways program to Contra Costa County in January. Another new and exciting addition we are bringing to our services is our Mental Health Center of Excellence. With around 80% or more of our participants requiring some variation of mental health services, we found that they were falling through the cracks. There were not enough providers in the area, and the wait times to receive an initial assessment could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. By the time the date of the assessment came, our participants had either left the program or had changed their mind completely about obtaining the service. We knew that in order to reduce the barriers that we needed to bring mental health services in-house, and this is when the idea of the Mental Health Center of Excellence was born. So we began providing in-house groups at our Shelter Solano location and slowly implemented one-on-one case sessions for those who presented with the highest need. Currently, we are partnering with COPE to bring behavioral health services to our participants in our reentry programs, and we are currently in discussion with Solano County Behavioral Health to expand our services at Shelter Solano. Beginning next year, we will be adding a robust internship program that allows MFTs and LCSWs to obtain their hours for clinical licensure. This will allow Shelter Inc. to expand our behavioral health programs across all 3 counties. We expect to continue this path of growth and development throughout the next few years, and our vision for the future is to bring this successful integrated model of service to regions who have high counts of homelessness and housing unstable populations. So in closing, we are delighted to have you with us this evening as we celebrate 35 years of growth and service to the community. The future is bright with Shelter Inc., and much of this is because of your generosity and support throughout the years. So from all of us to all of you, thank you, because without you, none of this would be possible.
So my favorite part of working here at Shelter Inc. is the staff that I work with, the users that I work with on a daily basis. They're great people, and it's because of their hard work and their hard efforts we're able to lend out a helping hand to the community.
Shelter Inc. reached out to me in 2015, and I've been with this program ever since. And it's been a rewarding experience helping those get off the streets. It's been a rewarding experience to see those succeed.
I care for everybody. I devote myself to them. This is who I am. I like to help the community, and Shelter Inc. likes to help the community. And I just think that I'm in the right place because my heart is with Shelter Inc.
Coming to work every day is a joy. It's not a challenge. I look forward to Mondays. A lot of my counterparts do not look forward to Mondays, but I can't wait to come back to the shelter to see, what's happened, drawings the kids have made, or if someone's gotten a job. This is just a very gratifying and rewarding endeavor.
My favorite part is housing grants. That's the favorite part. It is looking back at them a year from now and seeing how much they've accomplished. They become stable. They got jobs. Some go back to school, get a better job than the one I have. They go to school. They do a lot of good things with their lives. Some get their families back. get their kids in their life again, it builds their self-esteem up. And that's one of the beauties, a smile on their face in a place they can call theirs. That's one of the biggest gifts I get.
Hello, I'm Julie Clemens, the Director of Development at Shelter Inc. I'm so inspired by the community of support for this mission. As Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a committed group of citizens can make a change. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. I see that at play every day here at Shelter Inc. From the small group of citizens who joined together to start Shelter Inc., to the 2,000 people who held hands around the Lafayette Reservoir to raise our seed funding, I see community at play every day at Shelter Inc. We are changing the trajectory of people's lives, one family or person at a time. We truly wish that we could work ourselves right out of business. But as long as there's one family at risk of losing their housing or one more tent popping up in our community, Shelter Inc. will be here with the services to support these community members return to stable housing. If you're new to Shelter Inc. and are inspired by what you've seen tonight, we hope you'll go to our website and go to the Get Involved tab to join our work. On behalf of the dedicated staff at Shelter Inc., without whom this transformational work could not happen, thank you for being a vital part of this mission. So raise a glass, light a candle, wish Shelter Inc. a happy 35th anniversary and success so that we can serve more families with the housing stabilization services that they so desperately need. Thank you.
Good evening again, everyone. I'm truly inspired by everything I heard this evening. And I hope you're inspired about the work that Shelter has done over these last 35 years, and hopefully for the next 35 years, serving families and individuals. Tonight, I have the distinct honor to share some exciting news with you. We don't have a drum roll, so I'll use my pom-poms. Shelter Inc. has been selected to receive an incredible transformational gift from the Day One Families Fund. The Day One Families Fund are a philanthropic venture by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. We will be receiving $5 million to assist homeless families with housing. Now, in their 4th year of leadership awards, the Day One Families Fund recognizes outstanding charities who are having an impact in their communities, providing shelter or hunger support to families with young children. Approximately 35 to 40% of our participants are children. So we're very, very glad that we're able to receive this incredible grant. We also think it's an endorsement of our important work that we do on behalf of our community, that we've now received such national recognition. And it's truly a compliment to all of you that have shared this vision and worked on behalf of our neighbors. We're doing the right thing here at Shelter by helping people, by providing local solutions for a regional crisis. Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Happy birthday, Shelter! 35 years! I'm only twice your age, but that's awesome!
Happy 35th birthday, Shelter Inc. Woo!
Happy birthday, Shelter Inc. 35 years, wonderful years, and I wish Shelter Inc. another 35 years plus to go.
Hi, my name is John, and I'm a resident here at Shelter Inc., and I just wanted to wish Shelter Inc. a happy 35th anniversary. I appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys are wonderful. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Shelter Inc. I am so honored to work with your dedicated staff
And I've really enjoyed meeting the families that have come to your doors and have gone on to successful living independently in their own homes.
Happy birthday, Shelter Inc., and thank you.
Happy 35th anniversary, Shelter Inc. Very proud of this agency.
Happy birthday, Shelter Inc. 35 years. It's been amazing.
My name is Dave Conley. I'm here at Shelter Inc. in Sacramento, and I want to wish them a very happy 35th anniversary. And to my left over here is my case manager, Kara, who has been an absolute biggest help I could ask for. And I'm very happy to have known her and become her friend.
Congratulations, Shelter Inc., on 35 years of serving our community. Wishing continued success in our mission to prevent and to end the cycle of homelessness.
Happy anniversary, Shelter Inc., and let's continue to help the community and continue to work in homelessness.